And we're live. And I'm here. I haven't played around with this webcam, but I really like it. I really, really like it. You can't hear me? Am I muted? The sound's coming through. Am I still muted? Oh. Whew. That was scary. All right. Whew. Okay, cool. Don't you add the T. Yeah, but I really like the new webcam. I like all the way in the corner over there, the new social icons. We're working on improving stuff. And yeah. That's the deal. Whoa. All right. So when last we played, we upgraded a bunch of stuff. We also solved this thing just before we closed out. And this is where we came from, I think. And stuff is like opening and closing. Oh, a lock. Nice. Can't wait till we... It has occurred to me that I was thinking about Forspoken when I was doing... Oh, you know what? I might look into getting some closed caption plugins. I've seen some of those, and it just seems like a waste not to have them, right? So, but in any case, yeah, the side quests here are, from what I'm looking at, they don't seem to be missable. Yeah, the game does have subtitles, but we want to know what I'm saying. What I'm saying is much more important. What the...
Revelio.
What is that? What's that sound? Whatever. Let's get to story quests. If I would have waited 5 more minutes. Look at this. Alright. Well, this makes me happy. We're going to be doing brooms. Much, much happier doing brooms. And of course it's outside, and I have to go in and wait. But the goal here is to get the follow count up. And let's begin.
Everybody grab a broom, and we shall get started.
So, share, tell a friend, all the things.
Mr. Clopton, your attention, please.
Sorry, Madam Kagawa.
Everyone, please welcome a new student to our flying class.
Welcome. Hello.
The goal of today is to remind all of you how to maneuver on a broomstick safely, as broom flight is, first and foremost, a means of transportation. This, I fear, some of you have forgotten. Diving, rolling, and loop-the-loops will not be taught or in fact tolerated in this class. We'll leave that to professional Quidditch players, like the Toyohashi Tengu.
Boo!
Not a fan, I take it? Now, let's see how well everyone kept up with their practice over the summer holidays.
Summer holidays.
For those who need a refresher, step up to your broom, say up firmly and clearly, then kick your leg over and rest your weight on the seat. Up!
Thank you.
Now, your turn.
Up, 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 you stupid ratty school broom!
Up.
One leg over, so there's a leg on each side. None of that side saddle nonsense. A gust of wind will throw you right off. And if you hear my whistle while you're in flight, ground yourself at once. Good. Now, for your first lesson, fly through each ring in the courtyard. Do
Wish I
take
had my
care.
own broom.
The brooms are school property. I want them
This is
returned in
brilliant.
one piece. Well done. Now that you're acclimatized to your broom, let's see how well you manage with a more advanced exercise, shall we? This next set of rings will take you around the grounds for more of a challenge.
What a view!
Hello.
That wasn't too bad.
Oh, I gotta go through this way.
Ah, the old boathouse. Wish you could have experienced crossing the lake as the first year.
It's weird because I don't have the y-axis inverted, so I just have to get used to like regular controls instead of flight controls.
Our aquatic resident likes to make an appearance once in a while.
Made it! Oh, did anyone else see that?
Oh, well done!
Yeah, push forward to go
Have a
up.
moment?
Very weird. And push back to go down.
I say, I watched you fly through those rings. You seem to handle yourself on that dusty school broom well enough.
If it
imagine you're
becomes
ready
too
for
crazy,
something
I
a
might
bit
just switch
more
it.
challenging. But I'm getting ahead of myself. We met in the common room. I'm Everett Clockton. So, care to join me for a bit of high-flying fun?
Yeah, I'm not. I
Kagawa
don't know
seems
you.
strict. I wouldn't want to get into trouble.
Kagawa won't even notice. Besides, a bird doesn't learn how to fly by staying in the nest. Follow me. The tour is about to begin. Follow closely now. Right now, we're flying over the Transfiguration Courtyard. Lovely as ever.
Yeah, let's switch this up because it's driving me nuts.
Having tea by the window today.
Oh, that's much better. Whee! Where's he going? Oh, it inverted everything.
Nice to get above it all, isn't it?
It inverted the turning too.
Ahead of the gardens, the Hufflepuff common room windows just peek out. Bit claustrophobic for my taste.
How is Everett flying so quickly?
Here's something handy to know. Lean forward for a burst of speed. Helpful if you need to escape a tricky situation.
Now that's more like it. You sure you're
Yeah,
not
we're gonna have to go back. I'm okay with the up and down, but the left and right is... Wait. Did it reset? Oh, okay, no. Yeah, it's all or nothing. And,
There's the famous bridge. Think of all the magic holding it up. I mean, look at it. And the owlery. That's a bit of solid architecture, isn't it?
Flying tips and a jaunt around Hogwarts. This is quite the tour, Everett.
That's Kagawa's whistle. This concludes our tour. Best hurry back. Looks like she's already dismissed class. Better hurry and hand in our brooms. Dismount here.
And where have you two been?
Oh, hello, Professor. We were trying to get a bit of extra practice in.
Hefty points will be taken from each of you for not following my instructions. Mr. Clopton, I'm disappointed in you. You're in this class because you're still not showing yourself, or frankly, your broom, the proper respect.
But, Professor...
Enough. Class is finished for the day. As for you, you do well to use better judgment in the future. Chin up. That was some rather good flying.
Sorry about that business with Kagawa, but you have to admit, those views were worth it.
It was worth losing a few house points for that detour.
You seem at home on a broom. Bet if you had a fancy model, you could fly laps around Imelda. She's Kagawa's favorite. I could show her a thing or two if I had my own broom. Hate having to return the school broom after class.
Perhaps I have to purchase a broom then.
If you can, you should. Wish I could. I recommend visiting Albie Weeks at Spintwitches in Hogsmeade. He's always looking to test new models. I'll keep an eye out for you in the sky.
I'm getting that right away. Not through here?
I've not forgotten about our library venture. How did you fare? If you're keen for some illicit spell practice, meet me outside the Defense Against the Dark Arts classroom. I know a discreet place near there.
Good day to you. I require assistance with a delivery and thought you might be interested. Please visit me at J. Pippin's Potions if you'd like to earn a few coins.
Please meet me in the 7th floor corridor as soon as you can. I have an idea for somewhere you can focus on your studies, away from prying eyes and distractions.
We are going to get our broom. Yep. I don't know how much they cost. Hopefully they're less than whatever I got.
Does it get any more cozy than Hogsmeade?
It's...
I saw what you did!
You saw nothing. And it's open now.
Ah, new face. Wonderful.
Hello, Mr. Weeks, is it?
Albie Weeks at your service. Welcome to Spintwitches. Apologies if you came by before and weren't able to come in. Shop's been closed since trade routes were disrupted. Had to travel as far as London to meet with my supplier. And I've only just returned, thankfully with inventory. I presume you're in the market for a new broom? Got a few rare U-weavers available. Ember Dash, Silver Arrows. Wind Wisps too. No matter what broom you choose, you'll be pleased. They're all exceptional, both in quality and performance.
You said disrupted trade routes caused you to close Spintwitches?
Terrible it's been. Trade routes reported as unusable. Evidently criminals were overtaking roads, threatening hamlets. I can fly safely almost anywhere, but you try flying with an inventory of brooms on your back. No easy feat. Right then, back to work. If a particular broom takes your fancy, just let me know.
Do you mind sharing more about your brooms?
I have a passion for them. Every detail of every model. Take Wind Wisps, well known for their quality ash handles. U-weavers are rare because some fear flying them, likely to do with the U-wand's darker reputation. Then you have the Ember Dash, known for its handsome appearance. Working with brooms every day makes me practically giddy. It's one of many reasons I cherish running this shop.
Sounds quite the array of brooms. I'll have a look around. Thank you.
What
are
up,
we looking
physics?
for today?
Alright, so, let's see. Ember Dash. Oh, 600. I've got plenty. Alright, let's preview these.
That item is of the highest quality.
Okay, that's got like flames behind it. That's trash.
That item is of the highest quality.
I feel like the Ember Dash is the best looking one, no?
That item is of the highest quality.
Bruh. You're sounding thirsty.
That item is of the highest quality.
The Wind Wisp? Oh, it's got a lantern on it. Yeah, that's cool.
That item is of the highest quality.
I wonder if you can switch back and forth. I don't know. I don't know if you can have more than one. But I'm going to lean towards the one with the lantern.
You'll be
just
thrilled with that broom. I promise
well,
you.
apparently you can. Huh. Let's see what else we can sell. Yeah, let's get them both. We could... Wait. Is this
That
the right
item
one?
is of the highest quality.
Yep. And then... While we're here...
Nice
we'll
doing
sell
business
this
with you.
guy. And... I guess this guy. Okay, now we have a broom.
Thanks for stopping by. Whilst nearly any broom will certainly be a step up from the practice brooms in Kagawa's class, they all have their limitations. You seem to be a flyer who might be interested in, say, some enhancements?
Go on.
Ha! Knew I was right about you. I think you'll be quite happy with the performance of any broom at lower altitudes. But you may notice that speed consistency tends to falter as you rise. I believe I can remedy this issue. I have some ideas for enchantments, upgrades, if you will, that will improve the performance of any broom you fly. What I need is someone to conduct a broom flight and report back to me so I can perfect the upgrades. As it happens, another Hogwarts student, Imelda Reyes, is using abandoned broom courses for time trials. Clever girl.
So time trials is how
An
you
ideal
upgrade.
situation for collecting flight statistics. If you were to compete for the best time and succeed, then report back to me with how your broom behaved, I could complete work on my first upgrade. What say?
That sounds intriguing. I'll see what I can do.
Thank you. It'll be worth your while. If I'm right, the new upgrade ought to enhance brooms in every regard. And I can give you a special price. The time trial should be a bit of fun too. Go to the Quidditch pitch and Imelda Reyes will sort you out. Once you've beaten Imelda's time, be sure to let me know. You're back. Nice to see you.
Revelio. Can't help but admire Mr. Weeks' enthusiasm.
All right. My guess is that we have to maybe equip the broom first. Okay, it's equipped. Oh, maybe we can't do it in town. Let's run out of town.
Hogsmeade, here I come.
Now. Look at this. No more fast travel. Yeah, it is. And my guess is that they're also cosmetic instead of having. They didn't look like they had any stats. And now we can go in through the door. Alright, cool. But this is a different door. Aha! Locked. More story mode. More story mode. More story mode. Confringo? Conjuring spell. Huh. Yeah, like the wings, the horse. Well, no, the horses have stats in. Yeah, the horses do have stats in Phoenix. So it is. It's like the wings. And what else? I'm trying to think what else has cosmetics. Wait. The room of requirement. Yeah, I think we're gonna do that one first. We gotta go up to the 7th. Gotta go up this way.
I wonder if you love.
Follow the guy. Boop. Those loading screens are no bueno. Yeah, they did. The clothes did have stats. Oh, that wasn't that far.
Over here. Incendio.
What are you up to now?
Revelio. Professor Weasley?
Somewhere away from prying eyes.
I just realized I'm muted. When is the release date for the VR2?
Forgive me, the headmaster stopped me and I...
Oh, that's right around the
His
corner.
beard. I see you've wasted no time. Well done. Shall we?
After you, Professor.
That stinks.
What is this place?
This is the Room of Requirement. It only appears when one is in real need of it. Ordinarily, a student might stumble upon this room entirely by
Revelio.
if ever. I'd only planned to suggest to you how to find it by walking past that bit of wall, focusing on what you need. But you've managed to reveal the room on your own. While I'm here, we should take advantage of the moment. Now, where is Deke? He must have sneaked past and gone ahead.
Deke, Professor.
The house elf I was speaking to in my classroom your first day. Thought he might help you use the room once you found it. There's no chance I'm clambering over this mess. This presents the perfect opportunity to teach you Evanesco, the vanishing spell. You can cast Evanesco to vanish certain objects, such as these chairs and other things here in the room.
Bosses?
I suggest you practice the wand movements first, then you can clear the chairs away.
Oh. triangle, X, square, triangle. Yikes.
Splendid. Now, cast Evanesco on...
Okay. Well, you know, I'm pulling for you. For a speedy recovery.
Excellent work. You'll note that you are now in possession of Moonstone. We shall discuss its uses later. Let's move on.
How much Moonstone do I have? I have a crap ton. No. Resources. Yeah. Yeah, I have a lot.
Where in Merlin's name is that elf? Is that... Goodness. My old school bag. I wondered where that had got to. I can't believe it's still here. I'll just take a quick look at this. Give you an opportunity to explore on your own until we locate Deke.
Yes, Professor.
Dear me. Can't you keep it down? Some of us are trying to...
Revelio.
Nope. That's gonna take...
Accio.
Come this way. Oh, you know what I forgot? I have this. There we go. That's better.
Revelio. Accio.
Whee!
Revelio.
Hope this isn't as precarious as it looks.
An intruder! Stop them! No, not... that's not helpful, you worthless pile of tin!
Oh, well. Hilarious. Ooh.
How does anyone other than a house elf manage to get around in here? What was that? Was that a golden stitch?
Perhaps you should summon your wits and find out.
Levioso. Levioso. Accio.
Oh.
Levioso.
So maybe I'm not supposed to jump over.
Accio.
Oh. Up there.
Accio.
Gotta just get it closer. I think it doesn't want me to jump over this thing.
Levioso.
Because it like blocks me. But let's get this out the way. And then
Levioso. Accio.
there we go. Okay.
We hope that house elf can find us in here.
Ruh-roh.
Yikes! Careful! Huh? Oh, there you are. Wait right there. Deke will come to you. Hello.
Ah, Deke, we've been looking for you.
Apologies, Professor Weasley. Deke was looking through some of what's appeared in the room since Deke was last here. Is this the student?
Indeed it is.
Deke is honored to meet you.
Deke has been a friend since I was a second year. We discovered this room together. I mentioned you to Deke. We believe that you might be able to benefit from this room like I did. Deke, would you be so kind?
Of course, Professor Weasley. The Room of Requirement will always be equipped for the Seeker's needs. It's unplottable, so won't appear on any map. Most happen upon it by accident, if ever. Deke's seen students in need of an extra file for potions stumble upon the room filled with them. You seem to have accessed it in its form as the Room of Hidden Things.
I was thinking about needing a place away from prying eyes. Brilliant.
Oh, that explains it then.
What I need specifically is a place where I can catch up on my schoolwork without distraction.
Well then, the room can provide you with precisely that. Now, it's time to focus on what you need. Just close your eyes. Imagine the room precisely as you need it. The room will do the rest.
You've given yourself quite a canvas to work with.
Okay.
I look forward to seeing what you do with the space. Ah, and it seems the room has provided you with a desk of description. Excellent. It can identify unfamiliar items of clothing. One should always understand the effects of anything in which one is clothed.
Okay. Cool. What's in here? Nothing.
Nothing to identify. For now, at least.
You'll find plenty of items of clothing that need to be identified. The desk will be an invaluable resource.
I imagine the desk of description will come in handy.
It will. I hope you'll take advantage of it. Now, I'll give you a brief lesson in conjuring. The room might not provide everything you need on its own.
Conjuring?
Yes, the magic of creating or conjuring objects. I'll teach you.
Okay. X square triangle X.
Very good. When conjuring more complex objects, you'll need what's called a spellcraft.
So we're going.
Spellcrafts are like recipes. They list the ingredients or resources needed to conjure a particular object. You should have acquired some for a potion station and potting table from tomes and scrolls in Hogsmeade.
I did. Where can I find the resources I need?
While resources such as moonstone can be obtained throughout the Highlands, it's much safer and easier to purchase them. They can also be collected by vanishing objects in the room, such as the chairs you vanished earlier. In fact, you should have enough resources for now.
I see. Can I regain resources by vanishing something I've already conjured?
You can indeed. quite perceptive. Why don't you give it a try? Go ahead and conjure the potions station and potting table. You should find both familiar since they'll resemble the ones you've already used to study magical plants and brew potions in class.
Let's see. I don't know if we have to like decide where to put it. Are these all the same? They just different designs? I'm gonna guess yes. And then I can put it wherever I want. Do I rotate it? There we go. Alright. Is that the entrance? Or is this the entrance? Yeah, we want to be able to go straight to it, right? So wait, does this one have an... Oh, no, it doesn't. Never mind. I thought I might have had an owl on it. Okay. Cool. And now we go to the potting table. Well, why wouldn't I pick a botanical one?
Well done. You can use these whenever you need to brew potions or grow plants. Presuming, of course, you've collected any seeds or potion ingredients you need in Hogsmeade or outside the castle grounds.
I think they all do the same thing.
Deek will be
Because I
here
can
to
only
answer
make
any
one
questions you may have.
plant.
Do not underestimate his insights.
Can you tell me a bit more about Deek?
He's been at Hogwarts longer than I have, and seems to know its every nook, cranny, and secret. We discovered this room together when I was a student. Deek has had a good deal of experience, both here at Hogwarts and at a previous post. I shall let Deek tell you more when he's ready, but again, you would be wise to listen to any suggestions he may have.
Can I use this type of transfiguration magic outside of the room?
Conjuring and vanishing are strictly forbidden elsewhere in the castle. We've charms in place to enforce that. It would be exhausting to reverse the errors in both judgment and magic. But the Room of Requirement has its own rules.
I will be sure to speak with Deek if I need anything. Thank you.
Good luck. I shall linger a bit longer in case you'd like to learn another transfiguration spell for use in the room.
We have one of those. Ooh.
I've more to teach you about transfiguration, if you have a moment.
Right there. So we're meant to be playing this game for a while. Yeah. Yeah, definitely like a little house. A mirror that doesn't show us ourselves. It's dusty. Deke, get to cleaning that.
I'm ready for the next lesson, Professor.
Very well. First, you'll need to gather some moonstone. You can acquire it by vanishing items here in the Room of Requirement, or you can gather it carefully outside of the Hogwarts grounds. Return to me once you've gathered enough, and we shall begin the lesson.
Wait.
I have the moonstone you requested, Professor.
Good. Then we may begin your lesson. You can conjure more than potions and herbology tables. Conjuration can be used
That was
to
me.
decorate
I was
the
just
space
testing
to
it
your
out.
liking. Why don't you try it on the walls and floor?
Just repeating a previous event. Okay, so wall decorations, we did 1. You want us to do 5. Let's, Okay. Da-da-da-da-da. Artwork. Bickering couple. Okay. It's creepy.
Good work. Shall we move on?
conjured everything I can. What's next, Professor?
I think you're ready to take on alteration. The altering spell will allow you to customize any conjured item. You can change the colors, patterns, and styles of your furniture to suit your taste. Let's get started, shall we? Watch closely as I demonstrate how to perform the altering spell. Just aim your wand at any conjured item and perform the altering to customize it. Nicely done. Now you're ready for something a little more advanced. You can use the altering spell directly on the room's architecture. Try these new designs on the floor or balcony.
Deek's no herbology professor, but some plants here seem to be ready to harvest.
Your space might benefit from a bit of ambiance. Deke, would you mind?
Of course, Professor Weasley. Professor Weasley showed Deke this bit of magic some years ago. Deke thinks you'll enjoy it. Come and talk to Deke when you're ready.
Professor Weasley said I should ask you about changing the room's ambience.
Of course. What sort of overall look most appeals to you?
I would like the room to feel as if it's being lit by the moon.
Sounds perfect.
Quite a difference. Of course, you needn't keep this style if you don't like it. You can always ask Deke to change it back. Now you have learnt a good bit about alteration.
Thank you, Professor. The room is full of possibilities.
Indeed. No matter how much time I spend here, the room always manages to surprise me. An even bigger space.
How did that happen?
The room equips itself to your needs. It must have sensed that you needed more space to practice spellcasting. If you'd like to customize the space further, you can use these spellcrafts. You'll find more of them both inside and outside the school.
Thank you, Professor. I shall keep an eye out.
Good. I'll leave you to it. This is your space now. Use it wisely.
I could empty out this room if I want. But what's next is out. And we're gonna take a quick break. Oh, look at that. Yeah, we are on the same page on that one. So I will be right back. Alright, back. And this is begging for me to do this. Okay. That's the room of requirement. That's great. So if I walk over here... Yeah. Alright. In any case... The heck? The heck are you doing? Alright, so now we are going to... Oh, you know why? Yes. He wanted us to meet him right out here. But,
Apparently Marinweed was having a bit of a poacher problem.
But instead... we are going to go... here. No, not quite. We want to learn Confringo. So let's... Gold and appearances. Let me see how close our goal is. We want to get here, right? And this is... Let's do this first. I don't know how many of these we have. Probably just one. But we could put these discs away. Got it. Okay. Oh,
another house token for the house chest.
All right.
I've always said that travel broadens the mind.
Just in case, it would be nice to figure out which room is ours. There's no way I have, like... Yeah, this is definitely locked. Don't get dizzy.
If I had to pick a professor to race against, it'd be Heck.
This room. You know what? We'll find out when we load again. We'll take note of it because this is probably going to be important. Got it.
Over here.
Sebastian, it's been a while.
It has. Glad you received my owl. I have something to show you.
First, let me thank you for what you did in the library.
Of course. Scribner tried to give me detention, but I have ways out of these things.
Well, you took the fall for me, and that counts for something.
Did you find what you were looking for?
I did, but something was missing. I'm not sure here is the best place to discuss it.
Understood. We can talk more in a moment, in the Undercroft. Not even the professors know about this place. This way. There's a secret passage just here.
It's well disguised.
Yeah, no, it's not. That looks exactly like a disguised place.
How did you find this place?
My friend, Ominous Gaunt. He named it the Undercroft. We used to play gobstones here all the time. With my sister, Anne. She loved that infernal.
Revelio.
What I wouldn't give to lose to her again. I should tell you, I swore to Ominous I would safeguard this place. So please, keep this between us. He never confides in anyone. But he's trusted me since the day we met. I wouldn't want to jeopardize that.
Well, hopefully you had something good. Good. Let me chop this back.
We used to sneak in here almost daily. We've never been caught.
Revelio.
I think I've seen Ominous in potions. Or was it herbology?
All good.
I've noticed that he uses his wand to
Hopefully
navigate
you
the
have
castle.
a great dinner.
He does. No idea how, though. Ominous was born blind, and no spell could reverse it. His wand seems almost sentient. Not surprising, I suppose. Ollivander always says, the wand chooses the wizard.
Is that how he found this place?
No, someone in his family knew about it. The Gaunts are full of secrets. I've never heard anyone else speak of it, and I've certainly never seen anyone else here. Again, mention this to no one, especially Ominous. He has no love lost for his family or their secrets, but this place is special to him.
Understood. But why does Ominous have no love lost for his family?
His father's family are direct descendants of Salazar Slytherin, one of the 4 founders of Hogwarts. Obsessed with blood status, most of them. Ominous cannot abide them, as he'll be the first to tell you. Anyway, the Undercroft has been a perfect place to sneak off to, away from prying eyes, and even practice otherwise forbidden spells.
Really? Like what?
Like the blasting curse. Professors say it's not an appropriate spell to teach students.
It sounds like a dangerous spell.
You sound like Ominous. He frowns upon using forbidden spells. although he did enjoy learning this one. A spell like Confringo is only truly dangerous in untrained hands. Such spells should be properly taught, not banned. To be fair, I'm admittedly partial to more fiery forms of magic, but you should learn it. I can teach it to you safely here. It may take a while to get the feel for it. Mimic my wand movement. The incantation is Confringo.
Very well.
This is my favorite one. How about that?
You're getting it.
The Wand of Zorro.
Ready to actually try it out? Stick to the targets, though.
All right.
Keep the Undercroft intact. Have a go at those candelabras. Both have their uses, but Confringo, nice work. How's it feel?
It's a tad hot.
That's it.
I think I've got it.
Well done.
I have to say, I enjoyed that.
The first time Ominous and I practiced Confringo, we singed our eyebrows.
I would have paid to see that.
I swore we'd never live it down. So this day, there's something about that spell that's addictive.
This is exactly the type of magic I've been hoping to learn.
There's more where that came from. Been practicing similar spells here for ages. Although, I didn't tell Anne and Ominous about every one. Haven't been here in some time. It's not the same without Anne.
I'm sorry about your sister. If there's anything I can do...
Perhaps when I next head to Feldcroft, you could come along. Meet Anne. She could use some cheering up.
Just let me know when and I'll meet you.
Oh, she misses Hogwarts. She's been stuck at home with our guardian, Uncle Solomon. Unfortunately, you'll have to meet him too. Well, meeting a new student will be precisely what she needs.
I shall look forward to it.
Cheers. By the way, what was it you couldn't discuss out in the hall earlier?
I'm not sure where to start.
You said something was missing from what you found in the library. I assume it's to do with what you told me. About the port key, and Gringotts, and Ranrock.
Nothing gets past you. And yes, it is. As I'm sure you suspect, there is a bit more to all of this.
I'm listening.
Yeah, we're not gonna bring them in
The
yet.
book I found in the restricted section was missing some pages. That's about it.
Pity. Didn't think you'd disappoint me with so vague an answer. I suppose with both Rookwood and Ranrock after you, a bit more time practicing the blasting curse is in order. Spend as much time here as you'd like. And remember, keep this place between us. When I head to Feldcroft, I'll send you an owl.
Confringo.
All right. More spells.
Hello, Sebastian. Wait. You there? I can hear you.
Oh, hello. Ominous, isn't it? I believe we have potions together. And herbology?
I recognize that voice. Heard you talking to Gareth Weasley in potions class. You're the new 5th year. Did you just come from the Undercroft?
Very
How did you get in there?
versatile motion.
That room's called the Undercroft. Ah, well, I was exploring and then suddenly found myself in a strange passageway.
Don't lie to me. No one stumbles upon that room. Sebastian told you, didn't he? You breathe a word about this place to anyone, and not even your precious Professor Fig will be able to help you. My father is friends with the headmaster. I am not afraid to exploit that connection if I need to.
Listen,
You needn't
kid.
threaten me. I'm not going to say anything about your undercroft. And Sebastian is a good friend. You shouldn't immediately assume the worst of him.
I don't need you to tell me about my oldest friend. Thank you very much.
Ominous, I just meant...
I know what you meant. Sebastian gets himself in enough trouble. He doesn't need your help. Sebastian is going to get an earful about this.
Alright, we got some new spells, an additional talent point. Which we can use on Confringo? Oh, yes. Yeah. It's definitely the thing we want to do. Let's find a good side quest to do. We were just here. Right? Yeah, that's where we were headed.
Sometimes it seems all...
Wingardium Leviosa. It can be used to levitate objects for a short time. Once you've completed a few prerequisite tasks, do see me after class.
Hello there. In the market for potions, are we?
Hello, Mr. Pippin. You need help with a delivery?
Yes, I do. A capable student such as yourself should have no trouble making the trip to Cambridge. It's just south of Hogwarts.
What do you need delivered?
Fatima Lawang ordered a few invisibility potions. I used to go myself, but lately Fatima has taken to turning every visit into an argument. Constantly complaining about the quality of my stock. But how can I maintain excellence when she orders so often, giving me no time to brew? If you take this rather irritating task off my hands, I'd happily allow you to claim the delivery fee from Fatima.
I'd be happy to help with the delivery.
You've no idea how grateful I am, truly. Here are the invisibility potions she requested. Hopefully she won't give you too much trouble. She's a talented potioneer in her own right. I dare say I wouldn't mind having a look at her potion recipes one day.
Everybody's just figuring magic out. Oh, we gotta get out of here. I imagine we will fly there. Oops. Oh, if you fly low, you can go as fast as you want. As soon as I go high, you see that yellow bar goes down? And then you go slow again. go through here. Oh.
Incendio. Confringo. Accio. Incendio. Confringo.
It's because it growled at me. I don't like things growling at me.
Revelio.
Okay. Slow up. Yeah, it does. And yet no Koroks at the end of it. Huh.
Always late, that Pippin.
Revelio.
That Pippin should have been here by now. Always late, that Pippin.
Madam Luang, I have a delivery from J. Pippin's Potions.
Sent a child to do his work for him, did he? Always cutting corners and taking the easy way out. Did he have you brew them for him as well? Doesn't matter. You could probably do it better than he can anyway.
Why do you keep ordering from him if you think the quality to be inferior?
It would seem I have more and more customers who are trying to stay out of sight. I'm not one to judge. You can simply imagine the stress I'm under to deliver quality products. Unlike some vendors, I strive to keep my customers satisfied.
Here are the potions you requested.
You think it's so simple? I know Pippin is always trying to cheat his customers. Cutting corners to save some galleons for himself at the expense of quality. You'll not be getting a canut out of me until you prove the potion works. Drink it.
Fine.
Seems simple enough. I'll do it.
I should think so.
It seems to have worked.
Well, I suppose that will do.
If the demand for potions is as high as you say, have you considered being easier to work with? Perhaps combining your recipes and skills?
Not a chance. That ne'er-do-well had his shop handed to him. The rest of us had to make our own way. I'll not give him the benefit of my hard work and gumption. If he fails on his own, so be it.
You mentioned that more and more customers are trying to stay out of sight. Why?
Well, I can't speak for all of them, but certainly my Ashwinder customers have their reasons. If I were you, I'd forget I heard that.
I have a pretty good memory.
Very well. I shall let Mr. Pippin know I delivered the potions as requested.
Now give me
You
my
do
money.
that.
What do you have for sale?
You too.
What are we looking for today?
I'm gonna sell you crap. Here.
This will do just fine. Thank you. Thank you for stopping in. I appreciate it.
Let's see here.
Let's see what's up your sleeve this time, Merlin.
Okay.
Revelio.
Huh.
Confringo!
Not sure how I'd fare in a little place like this.
Not quite sure.
Revelio.
Fringe, brushstroke scarf. Oh, here's a thing.
Incendio.
Where are we bringing this? This goes somewhere. Well, this is a ramp, so
Accio.
Up the ramp? Nope, not up the ramp.
It's like a place right out of a storybook.
Levioso.
Huh.
Confringo.
Not quite, huh?
Accio.
Well, it's not moving, so we might have to come back.
Revelio.
That was close.
Revelio.
I know a Merlin trial when I see one.
So we're just gonna activate all these suckers and not do them?
Revelio. Confringo.
There's one.
Revelio. Confringo. Revelio.
Oh, they came back. So that's... Maybe it's like the other one where they're close to each other and I gotta hit them all. Yeah. That's exactly it. So you have to hit the big one first.
Confringo.
Then this one. Then this one.
Merlin himself would be proud.
So... Yeah. Let's... So we look for blue clues. Blue's clues. When we, What's that? When we do it. Let's fly right by Hogwarts.
Does it get any more cozy than Hogsmeade?
Okay. Here.
Welcome. Do let me know if I can be of any assistance at all.
I delivered the potions to Fatima Lawang.
Very good. And did she cause you any trouble?
I can see why you didn't want to go. She was quite cantankerous.
I do truly appreciate your help. And at least it's done with.
Delivering those potions was a bit more work than I'd expected. I'd like an additional fee.
I suppose that's business for you. Very well, I shall increase your pay, but I'm not at all pleased about it.
By the way, I found this book of potion recipes in Cambridge. Might it be useful to you?
Is this Fatima's recipe book?
Oh, I had no idea it was hers.
Some things are sacred amongst potioneers. I shall return it to her immediately.
Well, we may have jammed that one up. Next quest. Do I have a mandrake? This we got. We have to find a mandrake. Oh, we don't have to find a mandrake. We can buy one. We have a... There we go. You guys saw that, right?
Welcome. Come on in. Now, where was I? Right. Oh, yes.
Seed packet, snapgrass, mallow sweet. Fertilizer. We don't have no mandrake stuff, huh? Huh.
No one can say I don't keep a stacked shelf.
Okay.
Hogsmeade, here I come.
So we have an Endurance potion. We don't have invisibility potion. We don't have focus potion. So why don't we inquire and use a focus potion, acquire Maxima and Endurance, and use them simultaneously. Okay. We need a fluxweed stem. Didn't... Man. Yo. That's locked.
Hello. Be with you in a bit. Now, you let me know if there's anything else I can help you with. No one can say I don't keep a stacked shelf.
Come on in. Healing potions are a speciality here, should you need any. A wise decision. Thank you. I hope to see you again. Farewell for now.
Incendio. Confringo. Accio. Levioso.
"20 seconds. Eight, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Got him. All right, cool. So we have everything we need for that.
I'd like to ask you about changing the room's ambience.
Of course. What sort of overall look most appeals to you?
I'd like the room to feel mysterious and eerie, as if I'm in the Forbidden Forest, surrounded by shadows.
Oh, sounds perfect.
Okay. And we want to... No. Let's find a quest where we can use all of these potions.
It seems all roads lead to Hogsmeade.
I'll say it again.
Wish I had the courage to go into the forest.
I saw that.
Revelio. Pardon me, but were you saying something?
Oh, hello. Talking to myself. I'm Clementine Willardsey. Charmed. I was musing on the precious butterflies I see near the edge of the forest. Whenever I come near, they fly off into it. When I was at Hogwarts, we truly were forbidden from entering the forest. Told horrible stories about it, and I've had an irrationally intense fear of it ever since. It's silly, but I'm insatiably curious as to where the butterflies go in the forest.
Yep,
You
that'll do
couldn't
nicely.
possibly find out, could you?
You want me to follow the butterflies?
I do, yes, if you wouldn't mind.
What were the horrible stories you were told about the Forbidden Forest?
Oh, goodness, everything from students being mysteriously beheaded to terrifying spider dens. Ugh, trust me, you hear that at 11 years old, it sticks with you.
Very well. If I have time, I shall see where they lead.
Oh, how kind. Students these days have so much more courage than I ever did. You can usually find me right around here. I hope to see you soon. Don't forget, the butterflies always seem to be on the fringes of the Forbidden Forest. Good luck.
I question any.
Does it get any more cozy than Hogsmeade?
Confringo!
Accio! Incendio! Incendio!
Ugh. Shame you're so foul.
Incendio! Levioso! Accio!
Revelio. Confringo. There they are. She wasn't making it up. Well, we've come to Miss Willardsy might get an answer about these butterflies. Confringo. Incendio. Accio. Leviosa.
Where are the butterflies going?
Revelio. Accio. Well, well. Look what we have here.
Okay. Well, we still have to find...
Incendio.
Okay, so we want to use the focus potion. And then Edurus. Okay.
Accio. Levioso. Revelio.
Okay.
Hogsmeade, here I come.
I don't know. Flipendo might see my problem.
Oh, please tell me you have an answer for me about the butterflies.
Hello, Miss Willardsy.
Well, what happened? Did you find them?
They led me into the forest and revealed a treasure.
Oh, how lovely! I'm glad you were rewarded for your efforts. Perhaps one day I'll be able to bring myself to go into the forest.
For now, I'm happy simply knowing there's something so lovely to see, should I dare.
Another talent point. We don't quite need to use this one just yet.
Kingest of Woodcroft certainly.
Ah, it's always nice to see a familiar face.
YOLO.
A pleasure doing business with you. Let me know if there's anything else I can do to help.
Historically speaking, there's never been a...
What are you doing out here? Challenging you to a game of Summoner's Court. I think it's time you faced a real opponent, outside of Ronan's little lesson in charms class. Summoner's Court isn't just a game. It's a battle of skill. A test of a witch or wizard's mettle. What say?
I'm in. Let's do it.
Brilliant! Summoner's Court. The ever-changing game. Akio. Try to beat that.
Akio.
Missed the mark a bit on that one. Akio. Nothing to it. Lucky shot.
Akio.
Wait, did I win? I won! We should have bet a few galleons on that round. Care to go again?
Another time, perhaps.
Can't say I blame you. Perhaps come back when you're a bit more prepared to beat someone of my skill.
You can't imagine how inconvenient travel.
Incendio! Levioso! Confringo! Incendio! Levioso! Confringo! Accio! Incendio!
Not my fault you're a deadly great spider.
Revelio!
The castle must have been quite stately in its time.
Accio! Incendio! Excellent! Accio! Incendio! Confringo!
The beasts around here can sleep a bit easier now.
Incendio! Levioso! Confringo! Incendio! Accio. Levioso. Confringo. Accio. Incendio. Confringo.
Okay, so now we go to potions class. Am I missing anything over here?
Incendio. Confringo. Incendio.
Something. Can I climb this? No, it doesn't go anywhere. But at least we have
Revelio.
that. Oh. More stuff. How to get here.
Levioso. Accio. Revelio.
Okay, it's somewhere in here. Nope. Okay.
Revelio.
Not in there. Let's see if we can. Ah. Okay.
Incendio. Revelio.
Okay. Maybe through here.
Accio. Incendio. Confringo.
No, that's fine.
Revelio.
Revelio. Confringo.
Oh.
Accio.
That's silly.
Revelio. Accio. Levioso. Accio. Incendio.
I've always said that travel broadens the mind. Potions when Professor Sharp is so...
Okay, we're gonna start winding down after this mission. So, yeah. Thank you for hanging out, and I'll see you next time.
How are your assignments coming along?
I completed your assignments, Professor.
Good. You should be ready to learn Depulso. Let's see what you can do. Concentrate. Do not let your mind wander. You've got it now. If you'd like to practice. I think you should. not to go flinging your classmates about the halls. I suggest having a go at the enchanted books here.
Depulso!
Well done. I'm glad to see that you seem staunchly determined to master your spellcasting.
Accio!
How nice to see you, my young friend.
Accio! Depulso!
Incendio.